Hey everybody, and welcome to Dee Talk Live, Thursday night live. How is everybody? How are we all doing? How are we all vibing? What are we all doing? Last week was hilarious. Somebody told me they were in their bath having a glass of wine and ready to listen to tonight's, amazing topic that we're talking about. For many of those who don't know, this week is the I Am Dee birthday week. Darling Natasha. And it is a massive week because we're talking about birthdays, we're talking about milestones, we're talking about celebrations, we're talking about just so much fun because on Saturday night there will be heaps of video content. I'm going to let you guys in on my actual birthday night. We're going to be around Melbourne, traveling here and there, and just going to have an absolute ball. And I thought, why not tonight talk about birthdays and what type of relevance they give to you later on, what types of memories they bring out. So my 39th birthday was probably one of the best birthdays that I ever had because it stood out to me. Not only because it was the last year of my 30s, but because many things were happening that night which were unexplainable. You couldn't make the start to finish. You didn't know what was going on, but they were unbelievable and they were so inspiring and they were so exciting. And that's the reason why I was so dumbfounded that night, because things just kept on popping up. When they say to you in life, just let it be, or let go and let God, they really do mean it. Because most of the time, right, so like when we let go, we're able to allow things to actually perspire, to happen, to evolve and to be created. And many times they're amazing. And the events are so much fun. And, you go out thinking that nothing is going to actually happen, but sure as Nelly it does. It's crazy, right? Everything happens. And as they say, everything happens for a reason. You meet people for a reason, vice versa. So I got to sing on the night of my birthday, but I didn't go out to sing. Okay, that was number one. And then beforehand, I was at, I went to actually play bingo. And I've never played bingo in my life. But I also got to sing then too. And I was like, what's going on? I'm singing. So it was me singing as relevance in a way where I was not only trying to express the way that I was, but what I've become. Okay, in a sense. So I did singing for years. I was on stage for years. We already know this, but many of you might not. Sorry, but it was the fact that my true purpose came out in making people happy. That's why I was singing. I was an entertainer. I loved being on stage. I loved making people happy, and I still do, and that's why I'm doing what I'm doing now. But that birthday was just so unbelievably impactful because of the previous trauma and grief I had gone through in my life, because that's what got me there. It was a stage where that milestone was coming into a new era and I was becoming a new person. And that's why tonight's question touches upon that and really makes you think, right? So what was the most memorable birthday and why? Why was it memorable for you? Was it in your 20s? Was it in your 30s? Was it in your 40s, your 50s, etc., etc.? Which birthday, or even your 18th, your teens as well. Let's not forget about my millennials, and the youngies. Because these types of things make us evolve into the person that we are and create the identity that we have. So when I was younger, obviously I didn't realize that I'd be right in front of you guys here talking on a live show and talking about such amazing topics. But that's what makes you get ready for what you're supposed to be doing in your life. So it's part of the journey. What did you learn? When I was 18, I learned that many people, especially in love, aren't necessarily always going to be there for you because they might break your heart like my ex-boyfriend did when I was 19, right? So you learn the lessons of love, you start maturing and like becoming that person that you never knew that you were going to be. And then you're obviously going to be different as the years go on and as time goes on, because that's where we learn our lessons and learn what we really want in life. You know, is it that we want happiness? Is it that we want love? Is it that we want to be surrounded by specific people in our lives? Okay, so all these things come into perspective, and they make you realize, and you even have epiphanies as well, because once you start getting older and realizing what life is all about and what it's actually teaching you, it really makes you wonder and think, is this what I want to succumb to? Is this what, you know, what I want to learn and keep on going with? Or should I reevaluate my situation and my circumstances? And that's what birthdays tend to create for you. That birthday wasn't only a breath of fresh air for me, but it was a realization that all I ever had to do was just believe that everything would be okay, and it was. And not to expect anything, just expect the unexpected, because in many cases that's what usually happens. And it's so crazy beautiful. That's my word. Let's hashtag that. I'm going to trademark that word, crazy beautiful. It's a word that just defines and it explains exactly what goes on in your life, you know. Hi John, how are you? I miss you. I hope you're well. And it defines exactly what happens in your life when you just let it be. You go with the flow, not necessarily planning. And I remember many people in the past had always said to me, you know, I want to, you know, plan this and I want to do that, and this is what, you know, I want to make sure this is going to happen and that's going to happen. Okay, we can have ideologies. We can think and we can pre-plan and put things into perspective. But it doesn't necessarily mean that it's always going to happen, okay? The more that we emphasize on something that we want, in most cases, it does not manifest. The more we go out, it's an example of spontaneous events, right? When you go out and you don't expect anything to happen and everything happens, right? When you go on a whim and you just take it for what it is and you just keep on going with it. 110% of the time, that's when it actually happens. Because we're not thinking about it, we're not fixating our minds on something in order for it to actually happen, okay? And milestones are a lot like that, because as we get older, we go through specific situations and events that take place in our life. And a lot of them are actually to wake us up, especially within terms of how we become who we become, sorry. So many of the times it's also, oh my God, John, really? It's my son's birthday today. He's turned 18. Oh my God. Happy birthday to your son. He's a Cancer, little Cancer like me. It's gorgeous. Happy birthday to him. What was I saying? So many times as we keep on going and we become the person that we are, especially when we're 18, and you know, what we know is a lot more than what we knew, right, back then. Because obviously we've grown, we've matured, we've understood what we wanted, and then as the time goes by, our situations and our experiences manifest tenfold, okay, like that night did. So it was crazy. Almost every year I have had different friends at my birthdays, and only a handful that have been to them all. So I've learned who friends are and the beautiful new souls I meet, and then I celebrate with. Yes, which is true, because as they say, it's all about not only friendships, but it's the actual dynamic in your life that you are going through. So the dynamic changes. The real essence of who you are changes, because not only do friendship groups change, and that's why they say many people come into your life for a specific while, a short time, maybe forever, you know, in order to teach us things as we go along, especially in birthdays. So you might have the same type of friends that come to your birthdays every year. They might change, some might not be there anymore, and then you have a completely different array of people around you because you've changed as a person, okay? So when we go through specific events, or when we understand our birthdays and the milestones and the memories that come into it, we not only evolve, right, as a person, but we also understand what we really want, okay? And that's like in terms of life in general, just in general we're speaking, okay? But memorable events coincide with a lot of the situations that happen within your life too. So if you're going through something maybe at home, or you've lost someone, or you've just broken up with somebody, as I've said in the past, yes, things do happen for a reason. And for me, that night was not only memorable, but it was just a pat on the shoulder telling me, you're doing good, kid. You're doing good. Because look what you're creating. Look at what your mind's creating, what you're manifesting for yourself, and what you're bringing out within yourself. Because this is what you really want. And regardless of what we go through, we just pick ourselves up and we keep on going. And that's the reason why so many times I say that a lot of what we go through, and especially every year, because years go so, like time, it's like time travel. Time just goes so quickly, and it's just flown this year. Who would have thought that we're already in half of the year is already gone, right? How are you, Tony? Thank you. You're so kind. Thank you. Who would have even thought that, so much time's already gone. That's why I say always be grateful for what you have, be humble for what you have, and really cherish those, experiences and memorable times you've had, because every year, we do have a birthday, and it's the most important day for anyone. And I remember being Greek Orthodox, I'll give you guys an example. They say that saint days are actually bigger than birthdays. And my partner, Johnny, he used to actually say, but I don't understand that. Wouldn't it be the day of your birth that is bigger than, a saint day? And then I said to him, it's seen differently only because of the way that it's been taught to us, okay? Because saint days in Greek Orthodox tradition are huge, right? But the birth of us is also massive, because we're actually celebrating the day that we were born, and the day we're 1 year older, 1 year wiser, hopefully, hopefully I always say it, because you learn so much as you become older. You learn even more than, and you don't realize that the person that you once were is not there anymore. You are, but you're not, because your identity has somewhat changed as well, because you've learned so much more along the way, and that's what a birthday is all about. And that night, I didn't know that I was going to just grab a microphone and, start singing and just feeling the energy and really being in my element. That was not even my intention. That was the universe's intention, to show me that this is what your life should be about, and you should be celebrated, and you should really start looking at what you want in your life. So it was pretty much just the universe and telling me that, you're on the right track. You're doing, what you're supposed to be doing, and just keep on going, and never let, anyone get in the way of your happiness and what you want to do in your life. Believe, and just keep on going. Perseverance is key. Tenacity. We've all got it within us. We just, have forgotten how to use it, because we listen to so many outside, influences that, we shouldn't really, because at the end of the day, it's what we believe and know about ourselves, because we know ourselves better than anybody does, right? People can have their views, but they're theirs. They're not yours. They're not for you to take them on board or, babysit them, let's just say. You're here to look after yourself. You're here to do the best that you can for yourself and really understand what makes you tick. And that's what life's all about. And birthdays are a big, big part of that. And that's why tonight's topic was perfect, since we're doing the I am a Dee birthday week. So, yeah. Thank you again to everybody for joining me tonight. There are heaps of birthdays this month. My uncle's birthday is today. Happy birthday to my beautiful uncle. He knows who he is. He's gorgeous. This month and next month is going to be quite busy, I think, in regards to birthdays, events. There's so much going on, especially here in Melbourne. We are ready to go. We are set free. I'm so stoked about this Saturday night. We're going to have so much fun. I'm really excited. And I can't wait to let you guys in on all the action. It's going to be so hilarious. You guys let me know what you're doing as well. As per every Dee week, we do a Dee Saturday check-in, which is great. Also, a lot more happening for next week too. I hope everybody enjoys their weekend. I am definitely going to. It's going to be fantastic. Very excited. Always think about your birthdays as an anniversary in somewhat sense, not only a celebration. An anniversary for your life's purpose to keep on evolving and becoming the true you and the true essence of your soul and what you're here to bring this planet and this beautiful society of ours and the beautiful people that we surround ourselves with. Yeah, always bring out that kindness. Kindness is number one. Just give a person love, especially when you know that they need it as well. So yes, thank you, Jimmy. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I hope we all have a magnificent evening, England. Don't know how to speak English. And I will see you guys on next week, obviously. But I'll see you on the weekend as well. I'll be putting up heaps of posts and stuff. Please stay tuned. Please take care of yourselves. Have a fantastic weekend. Much Dee love goes out to everybody. As I said, please get involved and keep on sending through those amazing topics and inspirational comments and quotes and everything. We really, really appreciate it. Love you guys so much. Dee is out. Love you. Mwah! So much love and light to everybody. Thank you again. Yeah. Have a fantastic evening, everyone. See